Hi, what is up guys, Ishan for this side, and this is how to make games. So I've been into game developing since past 2 years and I've learned a lot of things, and there are many things that I need to learn more. So I make games with Unreal Engine 4, so many developers choose Unity over Unreal Engine 4. Many people ask me that, many students ask me that what kind of game development engine should they choose. So my answer to that is it really depends on what type of genre you really want to get in. For example, if you want to get in first person shooter developing something like Counter-Strike Global Offensive or something like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds or Overwatch, I think you would be better off with Unreal Engine 4 because it has some great graphical capabilities and other profiler stuff that I'm going to talk later about in this video. If you want to create something like an infinite runner or like a basic game, you are better off with Unity. Well, you can create some high-end games with Unity, but I'm going to discuss some pros and cons of both the game engines so that you could choose what you need to get into game development. Now, I'm not denying the fact that Unreal Engine cannot develop 2D side-scroller game. In fact, I associated with International Organization of Software Developers to create the Ninja game. So this is available on Play Store. It is a 2D side-scroller infinite runner game, and it's really fun. You should definitely check that out, and I have dropped the link below that like button. Now, Unreal Engine 4 comes in only one version. There is no Pro, there is no Lite, there is no Basic. So इन सब चीज़ों का कोई झंझट नहीं है उसमें, and everybody uses one specific version of that game development engine. However, Unity is quite different. Unity has two versions: the basic, that is the free one, and the pro version, that is that you can buy for outright $1,500, or you can pay for that $75 per month. Well, that's not cheap. So now let's talk about the programming language in both the game development engines. So Unreal Engine 4 works on two different types of programming techniques. The first one is your basic C++. If you know the basic concept of C++, like different data types, you know how to make user-defined functions, you know the syntax of various things, and if you know the concept of OOPS, that is the object-oriented programming, then you can jump right into that and start learning Unreal Engine 4. Or if you don't have a niche for programming, then you can program the game on node-based scripting, that is called the blueprint system. It is Unreal Engine 4 is quite an advantage because of this feature, because people who don't even know programming language can jump right into that field and create games with Unreal Engine 4. You can make from simple prototypes to a complex proper game. You can do that with the blueprint model. So Unity, if you talk about Unity, it uses C# or JavaScript. You can use both these languages to do scripting in your game. So that's what Unity has to offer. Alright, so the place where Unity completely falls apart is it has no profiler in its free version. Whereas Unreal Engine 4 has profiler, and it is a really good profiler. So if you don't know what a profiler is, the profiler basically allows you to optimize your game. You can play your game with the profiler on, and it will record the performance of your game and show you the percentage of spend doing tasks like rendering and animation while playing your game. So not having this available in the free version of Unity makes it extremely difficult to figure out what areas in your game are causing like lag or causing different bugs. So that's where Unity free version falls apart, whereas Unity Pro has it. But as I told you, it's really costly for someone who is getting started for game development, who is unsure that whether he will continue with this path or not. So I guess $1,500 price tag, that's a little bit of deal breaker for many people. Unreal Engine 4 is a real next gen game engine capable of creating graphics on par with games you see being released on next game development engines consoles, from complex particle simulation to dynamic lighting. It has it all. Of course, with the upcoming Unity 5, you will get a huge graphical leap forward, but I guess its launch is still pending, and the game developers on Unity are not able to create that much not able to provide that much quality graphics that they can with Unreal Engine 4. So graphics, of course, are not everything, and you don't need to compete with the modern AAA titles, but it's always a good thing to have the ability to push your graphical capabilities, whether it's a 2D game or a 3D game. It's always good to push your graphical capabilities of the game. Well, it makes the game more like attractive and appealing. In terms of which program should you use, it definitely comes down to personal preference. Try both of these softwares. Whether Unity is generally seen as the most intuitive and easier to learn. However, Unreal Engine 4's complete UI is really user understandable and it is really friendly. So it always comes down to personal preference. My advice would be to try them both and then see if you want to continue with game development, and if yes, then which engine suits you. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.